Hello, my friends. DSP has been hitting omega levels of entitlement lately. He is really convinced that his content is so good, people should just want to pay him for it. And there are a handful of people that pay him for it, but because of that, he is beholden to them. They are his puppet masters. He can only play what they tell him to play because they're the ones paying. Of course, he will go out of his way to convince you that he's a big boy with his big boy business, and he's the big boy boss.
I can ask for contributions whenever I want on my own stream, and I can conduct myself however I want, and you'll like it. Too bad. That's my prerogative, and you have no right to try to boss me around and tell me what to do, because you're not my dad, and you're not my boss. I'm my boss, get it, Chief? And you'll watch it, and you'll like it. Get it, Chief? You don't get to boss me around because I'm nobody's bitch.
But now you can really tell that it's bothering him that he can't play the games that he wants to play. He is controlled by these handful of people. But, of course, since it's Phil, he can't take responsibility for anything. He can't look internally to see what the problem could be. And so he blames the trolls. So we've got incredible levels of entitlement, blaming everything on the trolls, and the delusion that he is not beholden to a handful of people that are funding his entire big boy business. So let's talk about it. If you'd like to like and subscribe, that would literally be hectic. I'm not gonna lie. So he's been playing a handful of games that he enjoys, but they're just not getting supported the way he'd like. They're not hitting goals. Remember, each stream has a goal of $150. And he does 2 streams a day. The second stream is only like 2 hours long. So he's expecting $150 in 2 hours every day, like 6 days a week, basically. But he doesn't understand why these games are boring to watch when he plays them. He is convinced that it's somebody else's fault. So before we get to the nuclear levels of entitlement and blame shifting, I want to show you this clip because he is trying to explain that for some reason, people didn't enjoy these handful of games. And I can tell you exactly why people didn't enjoy those, but let's hear him talk about it first. So just bear with me for a minute because by explaining this part, it will make the meltdown in a little bit make a lot more sense.
All right. Clear Obscure, Blueprints, Silk Song. What is the common factor among all 3 of those games in regards to me and my content? Should I just tell you? Okay. The common factor is I streamed all 3 of them, and every time that I do, I cannot retain an audience.
And that is absolutely true. They were so boring to watch. And I'm going to try not to get too far into the weeds here as far as the games and the mechanics and stuff like that. But just to give you kind of a quick understanding of why people were so bored watching it, Blueprints is a puzzle game. And the way he played the puzzle game, no joke, he can't figure out anything on his own. And so he would walk into a room in the game and then he would just stare at his chat until somebody told him what to do.
All right, here we go with this math puzzle. So 4 plus 4 is 8. No? Huh? What? I don't get it. 4, it's supposed to be 4 plus 4, 8. What? I don't get it. What does this even mean? What does the square in the center mean? 4 times 4, 16. It shouldn't be though, but let's see. It was.
Like every once in a while, he would kind of tinker around and kind of fiddly fart around with something and figure it out. But almost the entire game was him just staring at the chat, waiting for somebody to tell him what to do. Clear Obscure is a game where if you play it properly, you can just never get hit. So you can go into areas that you're really not meant to go into because the enemies are so much more powerful than you. But like I said, if you play your cards right, you can go through them, but it just takes forever because you're barely doing any damage and they have a ton of health. right? So what he was doing was going into these end game dungeons where there's really powerful enemies and spending 30 minutes on one fight and just dying and trying again over and over and over again. And these aren't even bosses. They're just like regular enemies. And he's spending 30 minutes per fight just because he thinks it's cool that he can do it.
My playthrough doesn't suck. My playthrough is one of the best playthroughs of Clair Obscur because I'm showing you that anyone who has skill can actually beat any portion of this game at any time. All you need to do is time the parries. Tell me another fucking content creator who's made a playthrough like that of that game. So because I'm doing something differently, better than everyone else, and you can't make fun of me for it, you're mad. Too fucking bad. Go fucking jump off a cliff. Oh man. I wasn't looking because there was a troll in chat.
And the problem is he doesn't understand that's not entertaining. If you want to do that on your own, go for it. But nobody wants to watch that. It's so boring to watch somebody just plink away at an enemy over and over and over again until they die. Maybe one time would be kind of cool, but he did that for several streams, and it was just so boring, nobody wanted to watch it anymore. And then Silk Song, he just complains the entire time about how terrible the game is and how the mechanics don't work the way they're supposed to, and he's bad at the game.
This is bullshit. Come on. Come on. What is that bullshit? I don't know. This sucks. This legit sucks. I don't know what I'm missing. I'm gonna give up.
And so it's not fun to watch because he bitches the whole time. And then he comes out and says, it's one of my favorite games. It's one of the best games. Like, come on, man. And that's why he actually loses his audience for those games. But here in just a minute, when we get to his meltdown, you're going to see why he thinks he loses his audience for those games.
When I start playing any of those games, I lose audience. I'll give you a perfect example. Right now, I currently have 224 viewers on YouTube. I currently have 104 viewers on Kick. And if I booted up Silk Song right now to play it, I would go down to 130 viewers on YouTube and 50 viewers on Kick.
And again, he can never take a second and say, what am I doing that's causing this? That never even crosses his mind that it could be on his side. It's always somebody else's fault.
For some reason, this audience will not stick around for the best games. And I guess the question is, what gives? I am the streamer. I'm the creator. I'm the one who plays the games and tries to make entertaining streams and playthroughs for all of you. The goal of the stream that I put out is to get an audience, to hook that audience, to engage and entertain that audience so that they will want to, in turn, engage with me during the stream and then reciprocate with support.
And that is true, but what he doesn't understand is most of his content, he spends probably half the time actually playing a game or doing something, and the other half asking for money. He is constantly begging to hit the goal. We're not there yet. Why aren't we there yet? Why aren't we hitting the goals? I need more money. It's support. It's always support. He never says I need more money. I need more support. Please support.
Please support the content right now, okay? If we get enough support on the pre-stream, it doesn't matter if people turn tail and run during Sweet Coded because we'll be good. I don't have to worry about it. So let's go. Let's get some support rolling, please. Please leave a super thanks on the video if you can. Please leave a tip if you can. Or if you can actually find the time to come by and stop by a stream and support it, please do. That is my life's blood. Let's get support for Chronos. Let's get some subs over on Kick. How about a membership on YouTube? Let's get some support for Chronos today. Let's go. Right now. Right now. Seriously, let's get our first sub on Kick for today. We have none so far. Let's get a sub on Kick right this very moment.
He is shameless when it comes to that. So his content is mostly him asking for money.
It's the business model. I put out the free content. Hopefully the content is good enough for you. You like it, that you want to support it. And then I can stay in business and I can support my family and I can make a good living while you continue to get that level of quality content that you're enjoying because you supported it.
That level of quality content, you guys, quality. If you don't understand how stupid that is, you just need to go watch a stream of his. Watch Raw Phil. He just kind of restreams DSP. and just see what quality content he's talking about. It's just so bad. It is the bare minimum. It's the definition of bare minimum. He sits, kind of plays a video game, and then asks for money. That's it. And if that's all it was, just a guy playing video games, and it was kind of boring, then it wouldn't really matter. But it's the fact that he is constantly begging and asking for money for that makes it just so dumb. Okay, so now we're getting into the absolute entitlement meltdown. And there's not much to say. Just listen.
I'm going to come back, turn off the lighting, and we're going to start with Sweet Code N2. So now, just like I said, attendance will now dwindle. We're going to go down to like 150 or less on YouTube. I bet we'll go down to like 50 on Kick, even though we had 120. Watch. But guys, I mean it now. Support this goddamn stream right now. I mean it.
There you go. I don't know how you can get more entitled than to say, support this stream right now. I mean it.
I don't want this game, which I love, and I want to share with you. I want to share my passion for gaming with you.
You sure about that?
I want you to support this stream to show that every one of you that says, just play what you love, you should be here right now supporting Sweet Code N2.
So this is something that Phil does all the time. He will get a comment or two, or a couple of people say a thing, and then he turns around and says, everybody was telling me this. Everybody was telling me that. Every once in a while, when he's complaining about a lot of the games that he has to play, a few people will be like, just play what you like. If you hate this game, don't play it. If you like that game, play that instead. Just play what you like. But he can't, because again, he is absolutely beholden to Only Iced Coffee, who is now under a bunch of different sock accounts. I think the new one is Final Wish.
We had that guy Final Wish who's been coming by and being very generous.
That's the new sock account for OIC. He's giving all the money. And then for whatever reason, Iron Chef Sakai is on sock accounts again and continues to support this dingus. I can't figure that out either. But those two and maybe a couple of others are funding his entire quote unquote business. So he has to play what they want because they're paying for it. And that's why he's kind of freaking out about this, because he wants to play a specific game, but he knows he can't. He can't play it unless he makes money, mainly because of his crippling mobile game addiction. But also, he equates getting money with having friends, people liking him. So in my opinion, when he hits a goal, in his little baby heart, he thinks people must like me. People must really enjoy what I'm doing if I'm hitting these goals, even if it's just one person.
Because if you say that's the best course of action, then you should support what you think is the best course of action. And that's the problem. People talk, but they don't act. So they say, just play whatever you want, you'll be successful. Well, I'm doing that literally right now. I'm about to play Sweet Code N2, which I want to play. Now support Sweet Code N2.
And he will never understand the fact that just because people want to watch a specific game doesn't mean they want to pay to watch a specific game. People can enjoy a thing without paying for it. I know he doesn't understand that. He thinks that you have to pay if you're enjoying, but that's not the case. That handful of people that are left to watch him play Suikoden 2 probably really enjoy, for whatever reason, watching him play Suikoden 2. But that doesn't mean they have to pay for it.
Get it? You need to put your money where your mouth is. You need to support these things, or else I can't do that. I want to play more games that I like, but I need people to actually show up for them so that I can play them. So do it right now. Corpse Fire says the game's very boring, though. Well, then shut the fuck up. I don't care. You say I should play what I like. I like this game. I don't find it boring, so I'm going to play it. And you're going to support it. Or else shut up about playing what I like. I'm tired of hearing the bullshit.
And it's so funny because that guy is probably not one of the people that said just play what you like. But he always just lumps everybody in together. He acts as though that person specifically said, just play what you like. And That's probably not the case, but he's got to look for somebody to blame.
See, you don't like it when I speak facts. When I speak rational fact, you don't like that. Well, everyone says just play what you want and you'll be successful. Okay, I'm about to.
I don't think anybody said play what you like and you'll be successful. I think they just said play what you like and you'll be happier. They didn't say you're going to be showered with support and money for playing what you like, but it's probably a lot more enjoyable to play what you like.
Okay, I'm about to. Run for the hills, everyone. He's playing Suikoden. Oh! Then shut up. Then don't say that. But people keep saying it. And I keep saying that's not reality. That if I just played what I wanted all the time, I wouldn't be successful. And it'd be, oh, no, that's just because it's your attitude. It's this, that. No. You want to know what it is? It's the fucking troll pieces of shit.
There it is. That's the problem. It's the troll pieces of shit. That's why he can't play what he likes. Wait, why?
Who scare people away who like this content. Because there's a ton of people who like this, but they won't show up to my streams because they're of the impression if they show up, they're going to be harassed.
Wait, what? Well, then why are they showing up to other streams? What is it specifically about the streams where you're playing games that you like that they feel like they're going to be trolled or harassed, but not the ones where you have your average viewership? See the mental gymnastics happening here? He has a handful of games that just don't do well, mainly because he's bad at games and he makes these games more boring than they need to be. He sucks all the fun out of the games. And instead of thinking, what could I be doing different? He immediately goes to, it's the trolls' fault because they're harassing the people that come to watch these specific streams, but not the Call of Duty or fighting game streams or any of those where he gets his normal viewership. You see how that makes no sense? He's convincing himself that the trolls have targeted the games that he likes. Dude, the trolls are there all the time, period. They're there every single stream. In fact, most of your viewers are hate watchers.
Let's say someone really likes this game and just happens upon my stream. Oh, I want to send Phil $10. Now they get harassed for it. So why would they want to come support my stream?
And here's the thing. People do get made fun of for giving Phil money. I think rightfully so. But it's not just these streams. It's every stream. This is no different than a Call of Duty stream. If somebody likes Call of Duty and just happened upon his video and gave $10, they would get the same treatment there. But he's just butthurt that it's happening on a game that he likes.
I've never experienced that before on anyone else's stream. You're right. I'm the lucky one, right? Who gets this vortex of mentally deficient fucking weirdos.
And that is a great example of how Phil just doesn't get it. He really is convinced that everybody on the internet just decided one day to pick on Phil, that he did nothing wrong. He's always been just a totally normal, cool, chill, hip dude. And the internet hates him for no reason.
Vortex of mentally deficient fucking weirdos who won't leave my viewers alone. It's ass. It's not fair. I should be able to play what I like and have a positive audience. I'm not allowed to because of these shitbags. Okay? You want me to speak matter-of-factly? That's the truth.
And of course, the actual truth is just, he's not good at games. He's not good at entertaining people the way he thinks, right? Most people are entertained by his stupidity or when he rages and starts calling people names and things like that. But he's not intentionally entertaining. But again, nothing can ever be his fault. It's got to be the trolls or the internet at large.
Shitbags who fucking ruin everything. I can't have a positive audience. How could I? In fact, think of it this way. When you come to my stream and you make fun of me, well, now you're protected. Now you know that the shitbags won't come after you.
He always talks about having a positive experience, a positive stream. And he is constantly bitching and telling people to go fuck themselves. He is the most negative person maybe on the internet. If his donators are going to be harassed by somebody else, and that might stop them from donating, then he's got a problem. But what he doesn't understand is a lot of people are put off from donating because he's such an asshole.
Think about that, how fucked up that is. And when people come and say, cultivate an audience, I can't. You can't cultivate an audience when you have toxic shit. That's like saying, just make a nice greenhouse, cultivate the plants. So you start growing plants, but someone is putting poison gas into your greenhouse and you have no ability to stop it.
And don't get me wrong, there is poison gas coming from the troll side, but there is just as much poison gas coming from him. If he would actually stop being such an asshole, and if he would sort of gain a little bit of self-awareness and sort of roll with some of the jokes and stuff like that, I think he would be surprised how quickly his streams would turn around. Now, there will always be trolls. There will always be people who are just going to mess with him because he has created that atmosphere for himself at this point. But he would see a huge uptick in positivity and probably support if he would stop being so toxic himself.
There's no way to ventilate the greenhouse. So everything you're growing, you're doing right, and it dies anyway.
Everything you're growing, you're doing right, and it dies anyway. What he's saying there is, I've done nothing wrong. I'm doing everything right. It's just the trolls. That's why he can't cultivate a positive stream where he can play what he likes.
So instead of yelling at me and saying, I'm doing everything wrong, how about this? How about you stop being part of the poison and you start being part of the positivity? How about you stop watching the fucking restreamer, the piece of shit who steals the content to try to be like, I'm the devil when you know I'm not?
And that's the bottom line is if you say you don't like something he's doing, you're toxic. All he wants is enablers. He doesn't want anybody to tell him he should do something different. He doesn't want anybody to tell him what he's doing wrong. Because if you do, then you're the poison gas. But as long as you just tell him he's doing great, because he knows he is, all right? If you just agree with the fact that he's doing great and everything right, then you're fine.
So instead of that, instead of saying the awful thing like, it's your fault because you're not cultivating the audience. It's your fault because you're not playing what you love. So then I play what I love and I try to cultivate an audience and it doesn't work.
And the problem is, while he's playing what he loves, he is constantly bitching about not getting enough money. That's basically all he talks about. I like these comments over here. It says, ignoring the trolls, what Phil does best. And then this is great content. And that is Phil's content. This is Phil's content. Talking about the trolls, talking about how people don't pay him enough money, talking about how he can't play what he likes to play. That is his content for the most part. He will play a game sort of in between rants about how he doesn't make enough money, but he spends as much time, if not more, just bitching about everything.
The trolls. So why don't you stop the bullshit? Why don't we live in reality for once instead of this fucking fantasy world of rainbows and unicorns and leprechauns dancing on pots of gold that doesn't exist?
And this is where you can see he's really butthurt about the fact that he can't just play games that he likes. He wishes he could, but he knows he can't.
But this is reality here where I'm doing the best with what I've got and I try to do things that I like and they don't work. There's nothing I can do about that because I'm not the one in control, you know?
Now, wait, what? You're not the one in control? I wonder what he means by that. I thought he could play whatever he wants. It's his stream. He's the boss.
You don't get to boss me around because I'm nobody's bitch. I'm my boss. Get it, Chief?
But he's not in control. Weird. So, a while back, somebody figured out who Only Iced Coffee was, and I don't know where to find this. I don't really even remember how it came about, but somebody talked to OIC, and OIC said that the reason he gives Phil so much money is because he thinks it's fun to have that control over Phil. And I kind of believe that. I think that might be part of it. Now, there's a theory that maybe OIC has a crush on Phil, which also would make sense. But regardless of whether he's meaning to or not, OIC has almost absolute control over everything Phil does on his streams. And we know that the only thing he does off his streams is just drink and play WWE champions. So there's not much to control there, you know. But he just admitted that he's not in control. He is at the mercy of the people that donate. And even though he will never admit it, it's just a few people that are in absolute full control of his entire career, if you want to call it that.
You just can't handle facts. You don't like facts. You like your narrative, this cozy narrative that you've created around yourself, this blanket of weirdos and really mentally deficient people that you wrap yourself in every day to make you feel like you're normal. You're not. You're not normal. You come and you harass my viewers. You try to harass me and my family. You're not normal. You're the fucking problem with human existence, actually. Right?
And he always takes it to the extreme. You're the problem with human existence. Now, there are a handful of people that take it a little too far and start trying to figure out where he lives and things like that. And that's the internet, right? That sucks. And they shouldn't do that, but it's the internet. But again, he lumps everybody in together. The people that are on his stream that are typically making fun of him or LARPing, as we like to call it, where they pretend to be a fan and just kind of give him little backhanded comments and stuff like that. That's most of what he deals with. But he takes it to the extreme that they are the problem with human existence. And don't forget, when he was going on and on about how great his Clear Obscure playthrough was, he told his detractors to jump off a cliff.
Oh, too fucking bad. Go fucking jump off a cliff.
Like, whoa.
But man, he is the king of positivity. And he was talking about basically all the detractors, assuming that every single person that disagrees with him is the type of person that would harass his family and all that kind of stuff. But that's Phil, man. He really can't handle facts, unfortunately. But again, he is another example of somebody who uses the "I know you are, but what am I" defense, just like Amberlyn Reed. So I just thought it was interesting to see how entitled Phil has become, and his begging is getting out of control. He is emboldened to just tell people, give me some goddamn support right now. And the problem is, and I will always come back to this, is he ends up inevitably being rewarded for that behavior because there is somebody in his chat most days that will hear that and give him the money. But I just thought this was a great example of somebody showing their mental gymnastics on stream for you to see. I like playing this specific game. I can't play this specific game because I don't make money when I do and nobody wants to watch it. And the reason is because the trolls are harassing people for this specific game, or just only the ones that I like to play. Like I said before, his locus of control is almost completely external. So anyway, I appreciate you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.